What's going on, everyone? So LeBron James isn't going anywhere. He's fully expected to stick around. There's reports pretty much daily now of just, hey, LeBron staying. Lakers want him to stay until he's ready to retire. They're going to pay and do whatever it takes to keep him. Right? Kind of go through like the Kobe farewell. And look, it's obviously LeBron James is still an incredible player. I mean, he was still playing at a top 10 level last year. He's not the same guy that he once was, but he's still better than 90% of the league, which is very telling. I mean, maybe even more than that. That might be underselling LeBron James, but he's spectacular. And the Lakers, I said the same thing with the whole Kobe thing, right? Right. At the time, it didn't make sense for the Lakers to give Kobe the money and everything that they gave him, right? From a business side of things, right? For the success of the franchise going forward. But it was a longevity play. It was a signal to the other stars in the league. And it's one of the main reasons why the Lakers were able to land LeBron James. Because LeBron knew, I'm going to get in my later years. The Lakers are an organization that takes care of people, right? It's not so much about right now. It's about the future. I know a lot of people, I see the comments, are like, just let LeBron go. We need to move off of LeBron. We need to. For who right now? Right? Who are you going to get that's better than LeBron at the moment? And I know some people want to just rebuild or whatever. For what? We don't own our picks. We don't like it. You're in a position to where this is about the future, right? And right now, the best course of ship for the Lakers is to just, you give LeBron his money, you show him the respect. That sends the signal to all these other stars that are coming up into the league, just like it did for LeBron James, because it shows, man, like, no matter what, the Lakers are always going to be an organization that takes care of me. Not only will they always take care of me, you got, the history, you got the beach, you got the weather, you got the girls, you got the nightlife, you got everything that you could want from a player standpoint. And if the Lakers can build a competitive, contending level roster, right? Well, when LeBron leaves, you're going to get that other star. It's the whole, if you build it, they will come. But another big thing is LeBron's son, Bronny James. Now, there is a lot of back and forth right now as far as reports go for, Lakers want to make it a priority. Lakers don't want to make it a priority, right? Lakers are expected to trade the pick and be aggressive, and LeBron James isn't making it a necessity or a priority to go get Bronny. He's not putting pressure on the Lakers, right? So, but then you see reports that are like, no, LeBron still very much wants to play with Lakers. It's just, the thing is that Lakers need to do what's best for the organization, right? You also need, and LeBron knows this. Like, I don't think LeBron is looking at and going like, hey, you need to keep the 17th pick, and you also need to, draft my son, but you also need to go get another star. And you need to also go to, I don't necessarily see that being the case, right? One, Bronny probably falls to the second round. Maybe one of these teams, right, that has like the 28th pick or whatever, maybe they go, hey, let's just take a flyer on Bronny, and then maybe LeBron will come in a couple years, right? Possibly. But, I mean, it's also very possible that Bronny just doesn't get drafted at all, and the Lakers pick him up as a undrafted free agent. He could also go the Austin Reeves route, where even if he is being offered to be drafted in the second round, through his agent and whatnot, just say, like, hey, I'm not playing for you. Like, I'll go somewhere. I'll go overseas. I'll do whatever. I want to go with my dad. I want to go be a Laker. Right? And force his way to Lakers. We've seen plenty of guys do that very thing. Right? We've seen guys force their way to being a Laker and going undrafted and going that route in order to become a Laker. And now you're talking about LeBron and Rich Paul and all the power that they have and all the sway that they have. Right? Like, now, look, I think if a team's willing to draft him in the first round, I think he takes it. Right? But if, you're 50 picks in, and it's like, hey, we might just take you, what do you think? I think he goes like, nah, I'd just go undrafted. right? Because, I mean, it's essentially the same thing, right? And then the Lakers can bring him in on a two-way, and now he's with the organization, and then, or sign him to the 15th roster spot or whatever, right? And there you go, right? So it is very possible that the Lakers get the best of both worlds. I don't think Bronny is going to be this super pressing need for the Lakers. I don't think it's so much a pressing need for LeBron either. If LeBron really wants to go play with his son, he can go anywhere to go play with his son. Like if his son's drafted by whomever, right? LeBron in a couple years after riding out the Lakers contract, because he's more likely not going to sign this new contract, he could just go sign a vet minimum for a year or get a mid-level exception or whatever, right? 2-3 years from now when Bronny's established and go play with his son. I don't think it's this pressing, mandatory piece. Would the Lakers like to make it happen? Of course, I believe that wholeheartedly. Because again, the Lakers want to appease LeBron, right? LeBron came in a time where the Lakers were a sinking ship in a lot of ways, and ended up bringing us an NBA championship. However you feel about LeBron, however you feel about his tenure with the Lakers, whatever, he still did what he came here to do, which is win an NBA championship, right? So the Lakers are going to want to reward him because, again, it's not about just right now. It's about for the future, just like Kobe. Now, again, I'm not comparing what Kobe's impact for the Lakers were and LeBron's. Kobe's the greatest Laker ever, always will be. That's never going to change, right? Kobe is the Laker legend of Laker legends, right? He is looked at as a god amongst Laker fans, right? Like, I'm not comparing them in the sense of, just quality of impact for the organization. I'm comparing it in the idea of the front office and how they're looking for that next star. You take care of Kobe, because taking care of Kobe when it doesn't really make much sense, not saying you don't keep him, but to max him out in a time like coming off of Achilles, not the same guy, ready towards the end of his send-off, right? But it was that led you to LeBron. And then it's that and going through this and getting Bronny James if you can, and giving LeBron the max, which again, LeBron signing the max doesn't really impact anything either way. Right? LeBron could play for $10 million. It doesn't really change. Like, the Lakers are incredibly limited on cap space. They're like $71 million over the cap. It's not changing anything. So you give LeBron his money. If you can figure out a way to go get Bronny, even if you buy a second round pick or something, right? You already have your second round pick. Maybe you'd use that pick to draft Bronny, or, you buy a second round pick to draft Bronny, or you hope he falls into free agency and you pick up Bronny. If the Lakers can land Bronny one way or another, they will. It's not going to likely happen in the first round because the Lakers they're going to trade their 17th pick, and LeBron's going to want them to trade their 17th pick. LeBron still has a legacy. LeBron still cares about winning and and chasing immortality still and all that stuff. Otherwise, why would he just not play? Right? But he wants to win. He wants to get as many accolades as he can. If he didn't care about that stuff, he'd play 30 games a season and then just be healthy and ready to go for the playoffs. But no, he wanted to win that in-season tournament. He wanted to play 65 plus games so he could get the all NBA teams and all that stuff. He's still, a top 10 player when he's on in this league, right? Like, he still cares. So he's not going to be like, oh no, I want to, if you have an opportunity to go get, several trades that can make us a contender, I don't do that. I want you to go get my son, Bronny. No, because he knows if I want to go play with my son, I can go play with my son. And he's even said, what if Bronny doesn't want to play with him? Right? What if Bronny doesn't want? Because if Bronny goes and plays with LeBron, that's going to be this shadow, which he's already going to have this shadow. He's already going to be heavily scrutinized. He's the son of one of, if not the greatest players ever. In my opinion, I think LeBron's the best player. Like, if you talk about just individual player, Said it before. I think LeBron James is the greatest player ever. But even if you don't, he's bare minimum, number 2, top 3, whatever, right? Depending on where you rank him. So he's one of, if not the greatest players ever. And his son is always going to get scrutinized, always going to get that. Now, you look at even Jordan's kids, Marcus Jordan's stuff, like they were scrutinized. They didn't even make the league. It's just, it comes with that. But then his son going and playing with LeBron, right? Like there's going to be even more. Now, I think at first, it'll be this fun story in this, especially if he can do it with the Lakers, right? It'll be, a Hollywood story, right? It's a perfect match made in heaven type thing, right? Like, so there is this excitement to it. There is this storytelling element to it. There is this glitz and glamour to it, but eventually it's going to be, once that phases out, right? It'll be this just like chaos thing. I think it also ultimately comes down to what does Bronny want? Like, I'm sure Bronny would like to play with his dad at some point, but I'm sure he also wants to carve his own path to an extent. And will he be able to do that with the Lakers and LeBron on this team? Now, if let's say Bronny does come to the Lakers, right? And let's say, he does develop into a top player, right? I'm not even talking about like LeBron's stat. I'm talking about like, let's say he's not even the best player on our team, but let's say he's like the second best player. Let's say he's like a top point guard, right? I'm not even talking about top 15, but I'm talking about just the point guard position. Let's say he's a top point guard on both sides of the basketball because he does have the defense. He is excellent defensively, right? And he does have the IQ and he does have the vision, right? So he has the bare minimum, I think, could potentially be an excellent point guard in this league. So let's say he just comes in, plays the point guard role. He's an excellent point guard, right? And he is one of the key catalysts to the Lakers winning 2-3 championships at some point later on down the line. Then I think he'll be, at least amongst Laker fans, if he wins more than his father, then, he'll be looked at in Lakers lore and history higher, right? Because it's just how it goes. Like, dude, he came, LeBron won 1 championship. Let's say LeBron even wins another one with us. Say we win next year. Just talking, right? Wins next year, right? You got 2 championships. Like, all right, we got LeBron tenure, 2 championships. Let's go. And then, but Bronny's, the second, even third best player on the Lakers. I mean, even guys like Derek Fisher are like perceived. Now, I'm not necessarily saying higher than LeBron, but Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Robert Horry, like these guys, Trevor Ariza, Ron Artest, right? Especially like Ron, like these guys are all looked at. I mean, you can even go farther back, James Worthy, right? Like, Jerry West, like all these guys are immortalized forever with the Lakers because when you win with the Lakers, guess what? You're forever immortalized, right? Now, I'm not saying he'll be looked at all time better or anything like that, but in Lakers lore, if he's like a huge factor, right? So my point is that there's still an ability to carve out a path for yourself on the Lakers, even if LeBron is there. It just might be a little harder. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think that the Lakers should draft Bronny? Again, not with the 17th pick, but let's say second round pick or maybe buy a pick, draft Bronny. Do you think, no, don't do it, stay away? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. Love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.